Hello there and happy spring to all of you out there. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Mid-American Gardener. I'm your host and Master Gardener intern, Tinisha Shade-Spain. And we've got a lot to get to tonight, lots of show and tells, and of course our panelists here to answer all of your questions. And we are live tonight, so we would love for you to call in and give us your questions. And the number that you can reach us at is 217-333-3495. But first, we're going to go around and let our panelists introduce themselves and tell you a little bit more about their specialty. So Mike, we'll start with you.
Hi, my name is Mike Brunk. I'm the Urbana City Arborist, and I oversee the forestry program for the city, and I help manage the Landscape Recycling Center and our landscape beautification programs.
Candice?
Hi, I'm Candice Hart. I'm a horticulture educator with University of Illinois Extension here in Central Illinois, and my specialties are kind of flowers, landscaping, anything home horticulturally related.
Wonderful. And Jim?
And I'm Jim Schuster. I'm a retired horticulturist and plant pathologist, preferably woody plant pathology, basically trees and shrubs. I do other ones, but I really like the trees and shrubs. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, Mike, we're going to start with you. You've got a show and tell tonight, so go for it.
What I've brought tonight is, if you all remember or not, the original Under the Canopy publication. We have not only the first one, we've done a second one, but now on out the printers this week, we have our third edition. So this has come out this week. Residents of Illinois will be able to obtain these things all of the month of April. Should be in the next 3 or 4 weeks. They should be out, so you can obtain them. And what this publication is to it's written for the folks of Illinois to answer the most commonly asked questions about how to select, plant, and care for trees around your home. So we have all kinds of information in there that talks about proper spacing, gives you a guide and on what to consider when you plant a tree, and also then there's a right tree in a right place checklist. It talks about things to avoid, so it's just full of things, and it's got a nice tree poster on the back the kids love. What we're trying to promote with the tree choices we have in there are lesser known trees. So a lot of nurseries do have these now, but some of them a little hard to find, but they're great trees. It's a very interesting publication, very popular, and you can get them at a number of places this year. So check your soil, water, and conservation districts, or your local forestry districts, or your Tree City USA communities. Regional planning commissions will have them. There's, let's see, Open Lands will have them, the Chicago Botanic Garden, Morton Arboretum, and I'm sure a few others that I'm forgetting. But they'll be all over the state.
All over the place. Just thumbing through it very quickly. There was some really pretty trees in here. Some colors, like we talked about, that were pretty unique. So I'm interested. I think I'll have to add some of these to the honey-do list.
They've been it's been a very popular publication. So this particular printing was just shy of 500,000 copies that are being sent around the state.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, thank you so much. All right, Candice, what did you bring?
Yeah, so I brought along some Dahlia Tubers. So this time of year, I know we're all kind of itching to get out in the garden, and I know I am. So I've been going through kind of everything I brought into the garage to store for the winter, essentially. So if you're familiar with dahlias or gladiolus or cannas, any of those summer bulbs that we have in the garden, they're not hardy. So if we want them to come back the next year, we need to dig them up, store them in a cool, dry location, and then plant them again in the spring. So what I've been doing is taking all of mine out of storage, kind of checking on them. And what I wanted to talk about is to kind of help you check if it's still a healthy plant, essentially. So what you want to do is you want to squeeze, kind of give everything, these are tubers, but it could be rhizomes, it could be bulbs, depending on what the plant is, and make sure it's still nice and firm. If it feels soft and kind of squishy, you've got some rot starting, and those should just kind of go in the trash. Or if they're very shriveled up, like some of these pieces here are very kind of dried out and shriveled, that's not going to be a good piece of that dahlia. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I will divide out the ones that are healthy, make sure they have an eye, a growing point on each one of them, and then plant them again in the spring.
Very cool. So how many, just looking at that, how many times would you divide that?
So, I mean, you have at least 5 to 6, I think, good, healthy pieces of tuber on here. As long as they each have an eye kind of at the base, then I can plant all of those. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And then when you get them started, is there anything that you need to do to give them sort of a good start when planting?
No, just put them in a good garden soil. Make sure you got organic matter. Put it in there. You could fertilize, but honestly, they're pretty tough.
Okay.
I get them in my raised beds as early as I can once it's warm enough and the ground's dry enough, and just let them go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have something you wanted to add?
I was going to ask, how do you cut them up? What's the best tool to use?
I use hand pruners, a nice pair of sharp hand pruners. That way you get a nice clean cut when you're trying to divide them out. And you could have divided these in the fall too. I'm kind of lazy and I just dig them, clean them up a little bit, toss them in a bin. Because you want to keep them dry, so I usually use sawdust or like perlite, some type of dry medium to store them in. That way they don't get too moist while they're stored.
I have a question. After you cut them, do you let them sit for a little bit to let them seal that wound before you stick them in the soil?
Yep, that's a good idea. Before you go and put them straight into the soil, do go ahead and let them kind of callus over. Yeah, absolutely.
I love hanging out with these guys. Yeah. I'm telling you, I learn so much every single Thursday. All right, on to Jim, who always brings something very interesting. Yeah. What do we have today?
Well, this is a witch's broom.
Okay.
And there's 3 kinds of witch's broom. One is caused by insects. And I don't know how many people remember the old honeysuckle in the home landscape, and the one that's now they're trying to eradicate from the wild. But it got a honeysuckle aphid that caused it to have witch's broom, and everybody started ripping out their honeysuckles in their home landscape. Then you got the witch's broom due to diseases, like you get with anthracnose on a sycamore tree. And then you got genetic.
Interesting.
This is a witch's broom on a spruce tree, and it was just one branch that started multiplying. If this is a genetic that is stable, and I was a qualified nurseryman that could propagate this, I could now maybe have new dwarf evergreens. And for example, the dwarf Alberta spruce is a witch's broom of a white spruce.
Okay.
And that's why and it's not 100% stable, so once in a while you'll see a dwarf Alberta spruce that starts sending out a 6-inch or a foot-long branch. Well, it's reverting back to a white spruce that you need to cut it off to keep your dwarf. But this, is brittle and smooth. But as I was going to have you do is hold this. Now you're to the tree, and you're on the branch.
Okay.
Hold that out straight.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah. This is about 5 pounds. When it was fresh, it was bigger and green, and it weighed over 10 pounds. And that branch was able to hold that sample straight out in the wind. And I'm looking at it, I break my arm.
Yeah,
but
after a while,
it was fine.
That would get pretty heavy.
But
so
if you don't want this, you need to cut this off.
How long would this take to form?
Well, based on the number of years of growth, it probably was there for 10 years.
Wow.
But you really don't want this unless you're going to try and propagate it, because this is going to cause an ugly mess on the side of the tree when it... so you can just cut them out.
So when this happens, it only happens to one specific part of the tree, or does it can it happen?
Well, this one's just one branch on a 30-foot tree.
Okay.
But I have seen witch's broom, well, depending on who's causing it, the genetics disease or insects, it can be most of the tree.
Wow.
The genetics tend to hit just 1 or 2 branches.
Interesting. That is so interesting. Great. All right. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're
Jim.
welcome.
All right. We're going to go to the phones. We've got some calls. Jean in Hanson with a question about asparagus. Jean, are you there?
Yes.
Hi. Go ahead.
Is it time to uncover and fertilize asparagus?
Dun, dun, dun. What do we think?
Yeah. Asparagus is definitely not my specialty, but spring is definitely a good time to get in there to kind of clean up the patch, get rid of weeds, to pull back any extra mulch that you put on. And I think a good fertilization at early spring would be a good time to do it, certainly.
Yeah, if you look, you may actually see some little green sprouts starting to come up. And you definitely want to clean up when you're seeing them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right, we're going to go to Adam in New Holland with a question about weeds. Are you there?
About the asparagus also. What would be the most convenient way to get rid of the grass in the asparagus patch?
Well,
I would say hand
I
pulling.
would say your safest bet would be hand pulling for sure. Getting in there, and like I said, spring's a good time before all that growth comes up to try to get in there and pull some of it out. You could use some grass killers, but I would certainly wait till you're done harvesting and do that later in the season. But that's going to be tricky because you got a lot of foliage coming up then. So,
And I'm going to suggest if you're going to use a weed killer, and I know that people are talking about cancer with Roundup, but I would use some Roundup in a tiny paintbrush, and you only use a small amount. So if you spill it, but you dip it in and you paint the individual leaves to kill the grass, so you don't end up spraying it by accident.
Yeah,
the asparagus.
doing a non-selective.
So if you've got that kind of time,
you
right. can go that route.
Yeah, I would not spray the herbicide. I would paint it on to keep your, reduce the risk of killing the asparagus.
You probably couldn't mulch it because you'd have to get your mulch up on the crown of the plant. Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be tricky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Line 4, we're going to go to Joanne in Springfield with a question about irises. Go ahead, Joanne.
Hi. I planted some irises on the east side of the house probably 7 or 8 years ago, and they really haven't filled in, and we maybe get 1 or 2 blooms a season. I've noticed our neighbors who have them planted facing south that theirs are all filled in and tons of blooms. Do I need to move them?
Yeah. Yeah, the east side is definitely not your fullest sun side. That's going to be your southern and your western side. So they're going to survive in a kind of a slightly sunny, slightly shady spot. But as you're seeing, they're not going to bloom as well. So if it was me, I would move them to a sunnier location, and I bet you're going to have a much better display of flowers.
And when you transplant them, make sure that you have good drainage and the top 2/3 of the rhizome stick out of the ground when you're done.
Yeah.
Good advice. Okay, we're going to Kathy in Champaign with a question about coneflowers. Go ahead.
Hi. I had coneflowers that got growths on them that were not normal. I got them the year before last, and I got them again this year. And they told me to get rid of them. So can I plant them in the same spot, or do I need to move them to a totally different spot to make sure that I'm not going to have the same, whatever it was that made them look like outer space coneflowers?
It sounds to me like you've got aster yellows, and you could probably talk more about that, but that's typically spread by a mite, if I remember right. So the mites themselves may not be in that same exact location if you're going to replant, but I probably wouldn't risk it and replant with the same exact thing. I would come in with something that's not in the aster family, that's not going to be susceptible to that. That's what I would do. You might know a little bit more about it.
The aster yellow affects the whole plant pretty much, and it's going to dwarf it down and change the color. So you destroy those plants. But you mentioned a mite. There is a mite that goes after just the flower and screws up the bloom.
True.
All you have to do then is cut the flower off, leave the plant.
Okay. And she did mention it was the flower that was deformed. So
you could try it and see if it keeps happening.
If that does it this year. Okay, line 2, Rhonda in Sullivan with a question about flowers in shaded areas. Go ahead.
Yes, hi everybody. My problem is that my yard is so full of shade from trees, because I love having trees around our smallish yard. But I want to plant flowers that, 1, have a lot of color, and 2, have a good bloom time, because 1, I'm disabled, so I can't spend a lot of time planting. So I would like to have some flowers that have longer bloom time, but all my favorite flowers tend to be sunflowers.
So you're needing a low maintenance shaded area.
And I'm assuming you're wanting perennials?
Yes, please.
Okay. That limits you there.
Because I do containers too, so I get my annuals that way.
Okay. Man, that's tough. Shade is tough for really good flower display. A couple of, I try to grow as much as I can in my shade garden too, and I have a lot of hellebores. That's one of my favorites. It's not a long season flower, but it's an early season color that's going to be blooming soon. You know, hostas do have flowers. You can enjoy some of those hosta flowers. Lungworts have some cool purple blue flowers in the shade.
Well, there's colorful
foliages.
You
Yeah, absolutely.
know, so your coral bells, when they work in shade. And,
True.
And there's a number of foliage plants. You could really get a colorful display with just the foliage alone. And the other thing I thought of was spring flowering bulbs.
True, yeah.
So your shade's not coming to the leaves or on the trees, and you could have a whole full spectrum of spring bulbs from the early spring to mid-spring to late spring with daffodils and crocuses.
Winter aconite.
Yeah, a lot of things. Yeah, but I think that's a great point about foliages, mixing it up. Even if you just had hostas and heucheras, there's so many different varieties of just those alone that you can have a lot of variety.
I know she mentioned she wanted perennials, but I was thinking the first thing he might, for shade and lots of color, was coleus.
Yeah, coleus.
And you got all kinds of varieties, all different kinds of colors. I mean, it's an annual. But see, I take cuttings in the fall and grow them as a house plant in the winter, and then plant them back outside in the spring.
Yeah. Low maintenance too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. On to Roger in Charleston with a question about a pawpaw tree. Roger, go ahead.
Yes. I live just south in the country, and when we bought our property 35 years ago, I didn't realize for about 2 years that it had a pawpaw tree in the backyard. Now, when I was a kid, we used to go hunt pawpaws and persimmons down on my grandparents' farm south of here, and they were always a wonderful thing if we were, could get there at the right time to get them. But like I said, I didn't realize for a couple of years that's what it was, and so I've tried to plant the seeds on and off for years, but the only way I've been able to get any trees is to let them come up off the roots and then give them 4 or 5 years to get actually almost too big to dig before they put out their own roots. And I was wondering if you guys had any idea how to get a pawpaw seed to germinate. I've tried freezing them. I've tried not freezing them. I've tried everything I could think of.
There are books out there, and I don't have that answer exactly, but I'd have to look it up. There are books out there that give you instructions on the various tree seeds and what they need, and cold time or scarification and things like that would, and I don't know if you've tried scarifying the seeds, but certainly pawpaws readily send up saplings from their roots, and that would be the easiest way to transplant, is some of the saplings that are coming up from the roots, to move them around if that's what you're looking to do. But the seed question, I'm sure it's online somewhere, and there's probably something that you're missing in the schedule of getting that seed to germinate.
You mentioned the book. The one I had was from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and it was all the trees and how to germinate their seeds and all that. So, and I can't imagine it's not on the web by now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's out there. I wondered about scarification too, if it needs some type of nicking of the coating to get low water in.
Okay. We're going to take a break from the calls and come back to the questions. But if you want to call in, we do have some time left. That number 217-333-3495. Okay, we're going to go to you, Mike. The wind and overabundance of rain laid our 20-foot blue spruce tree over 2 feet. I've pulled it back 1 foot. What can I do to save this tree?
You know, I've had 2 of these questions with the winds we've had recently.
Crazy.
And so I've seen several spruce trees, pine trees blown over. This one doesn't sound like it's fallen over too far, but here's the thing to think about. You know, when you've got a tree that, especially a shallow rooting tree like a spruce that's leaned over a little bit, it's probably got broken roots. So more than likely those roots that are anchoring roots have broken. So you have to, there's a number of things you can do to try to get it back, but you have to be careful if you're going to try to pull it back, that you don't break the roots on the other side doing the
snap
same
those
thing.
off.
So by understanding that those anchoring roots have been broken, even if you can pull it back about a foot and it's only gone over a foot, that you're probably going to have to stabilize that tree for quite a time.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, maybe 10 years. And so if you're going to put guy wires up in there, you want to get them as high as you can. You got to get them out as far as you can. You have to have the room to do that. And then the guys that go around the trunk can girdle, even the wide straps can do that. So the best way to do that is with an eye and bolt through the tree with a nut and washer on the other side. So there's quite a bit of work. Probably takes a professional. And then the question is, okay, you do all of that, you still have this tree that's kind of unstable. Can you live with that for 10 years and give it a go? Or is it best to start over?
Wow.
Now the next question is, if you don't want to try all of that, then if the tree's not going to fall over onto anything that's going to be harmed or damaged, then maybe you let it go and just see what it does. Spruces generally fall soft. A 20-foot tree is not going to really damage a lot of things. You have to be careful. Don't get me wrong. It could harm an animal or a child. You don't want to be under or around the tree, and it could knock some gutters off, but they're going to fall softer than a deciduous tree. They've got a lot of spring to them. So if there's no target area that it's going to fall on, let it go and see what it'll do. But generally speaking, it's best just to cut the rope and start over. And
gosh, that's so hard to do.
Blue spruce.
I'm one of those people
not
that
going to live that long, anyways.
So.
Well, I didn't even think of that.
I mean, a blue 20 years the max on a blue spruce is good. So I probably wouldn't. If it was another type of tree, maybe. But
well, on that point, then, so don't plant another blue spruce.
Exactly.
Replace it with a concolor fir.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, Candice, where to you? Is it time to prune peach and apple trees?
Yeah. So it is just at the end of that time. I think it really should have been done kind of by mid to early March, ideally, but the trees are still dormant. The buds are certainly swelling, I'm sure, at this point of the spring. But if you've got to do it, it's still an okay time to do it. I'd rather do it now than have you do it in the mid-summer. Dormant season, so from in the winter time before the buds swell in the spring is when we want to do that type of pruning, because you can see the shape of the plant. You're not spreading diseases because it's the dormant season. So if you've got to do it quick. Otherwise, I would wait until the next dormant season to make that happen.
All right, we've got a few minutes. I'm going to ask one more question of Jim. Over the past 2 years, we've been having problems with our tomatoes. In 2017, all of our plum tomatoes developed blossom end rot. For 2018, a friend recommended a fertilizer with calcium. That did help. Some of the tomatoes still did develop blossom end rot, but not as many. In 2018, they also had problems with another variety. They water 3 times a week, and they included pictures. So just wanting some tips for this growing season from Jim.
Well, the pictures I saw showed also cracking going around the stem where it connects. So you have cracking and you got blossom end rot, 2 different problems. But both are due to fluctuation in moisture. It's drying up, it's drying too fast and then you're soaking it too fast. It needs to be more uniform. And then for blossom end rot, we're going to throw in another problem. In most of the U.S., it's just water, but in Illinois, about 2/3 of the state is sitting on limestone bedrock, and that limestone ties up minerals like iron and other but it also ties up calcium. And calcium is needed to help for cell production. And when you tie up the calcium in your tomatoes, it causes blossom end rot. And that's more common than the moisture problem, especially if you're watering 3 times a week. So I suspect the reason that she got some improvement was she added some calcium.
Gotcha.
But the pH, because they're on limestone bedrock, is sky high. She needs to do a soil test right away. Based on that soil test, make sure she gets a sulfur recommendation for controlling or lowering that pH. Now that's not permanent. It will buffer into the lime with time. You got aluminum sulfate. Never buy aluminum sulfate because you can eventually get aluminum toxicity. But you can use an iron sulfate, ammonium sulfate, or pure wettable sulfur. I prefer to use a pure wettable sulfur because it lasts a little bit longer. But if you do it right, it should last the whole summer and drastically reduce the blossom end rot.
Okay, all right. We've got a call and we've got about a minute. So Peggy in Bloomington with a question about butterfly bush and hydrangeas. Go ahead, Peggy.
Yes, I'm wondering what is the correct time to cut back the butterfly bush and the hydrangea without harming them, but to do, especially on the hydrangea, some pretty good cutting.
So butterfly bush, what I usually do is wait and see how far it got killed back in the winter. So I wait till it greens up and then cut back whatever's dead above that. And hydrangea really depends what kind, whether it's blooms on old wood or new wood. So figure out what kind you have, and a quick Google search will tell that to you pretty quick.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much for your phone calls today. It makes the show go a lot faster when you're calling in and trying to stump some of our experts. Have any of you guys been outside and getting your yards ready, working it? Yeah?
Cleaning up.
Same here. Getting everything out of there. Any soil amendments you're adding yet, or that you would recommend to folks? Or is it too early for that?
Well, my philosophy is if the plant can't handle this soil, tough, die, I'll put something in that will.
Survive or you're
going. Right, survival of the fittest.
It is a good time to use compost in the spring if you haven't
compost.
used it in the fall time, but certainly your compost that you were making from your leaves and your grass, good time to sprinkle it over your lawn, especially if you're going to aerate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We've survived the winter. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next Thursday. Make sure you join us on all of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We're everywhere. Just Google Mid-American Gardener, and that's where we'll be. We'll see you next time. Good night.